Okay, so I was trying to find a decent picture of nesting, and I thought about a chicken nesting. So maybe this is a reflection of my East Texas upbringing, but let's talk about nested conditionals. Okay, so nested conditional basically means you can put a statement within an if structure in a structure. In this case, two conditions must be met before some action is taken. Pay special attention to the placement of the else clauses. Else statements are always associated with if on a first in, last out basis. Right? And you can see in this case we have a flow chart of a bonus structure here, and effectively we need to have the items sold be greater than or equal to the min items and the total value be greater than or equal to the min value for the sales bonus to happen. These two conditions must be true for this to be true. We could have written this differently with an AND operator. So the AND operator is two ampersands, and it acts as an alternative to some nested if statements. It's used between two Boolean expressions to determine whether both are true. It's written as two ampersands. Both Boolean expressions must be true before the action in the statement can occur. And you can see how we've changed the sales bonus to have an AND instead of a nested if. We can also have an OR structure. An OR structure acts when at least one of the two conditions are true. So basically the conditional inside is run if one is true. It's written with those two straight up and down lines, two vertical lines, and that's often called a pipe. And you usually find that above your enter key. So shift and above your enter key, you'll see that pipe. And you can see a flow chart for that with a nested if condition. It's nested on the false side. So if either one is true, we write the discount. Much easier, you can write it with an OR statement. Short circuit evaluation simply means that we only evaluate each side of the logical operator as necessary. So in an AND statement, if the left side is false, we never evaluate the right side. In an OR statement, if the left side is true, we never evaluate the right side. So let's code some nested if statements. So if I am hungry, I want to pick which food I want to eat. So we are going to ask the user which kind of food do you want? And we're just going to come down here and say one for sandwich. Add that new line comment there. And we will say new line and two for... What else would you find in your fridge? I don't know. A sandwich and pizza. We'll say there's pizza in the fridge today, and two for pizza. Okay, we're going to end that statement with a semicolon. And now I'm going to say go to the fridge. If kb.nextInt equals 1 at this case, we're just going to say eat some pizza. Right? Else if kb.nextInt equals 2, we're going to say system.out.print line eat a sandwich. And obviously I just messed this up because it should be like this. Eat a sandwich, eat some pizza. All right, there we go. Else, we're going to capture everything at the bottom here. We're going to say else that was an invalid selection. Get water. Okay, so now we have a nesting. We have this if block nested inside of this if block. Realize there's several else's. It's going to come in here first, and then after it does this, it's going to do this final else. So yeah, first in here, last out to the final else. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and run, and this else is connected with this if. This else is connected with that if. It's the brackets that make the difference. I'm going to save this, and I'm going to run this program. And I'm going to go ahead and clear my screen before I do that, though. So now we're going to compile everything, and we're going to run simple decision. Am I hungry? What kind of food do I want? I'm just going to say 3 right now. And something's not working. So 2. Eat some pizza. All right. I'm not sure what I did wrong in my code, but go to the fridge. Eat a sandwich. Oh, I understand. Okay. User int user choice. It has to do with how I worded this. Equals kb.nextInt. I'm calling it twice effectively the way I had that worded last time. And if user choice equals 1, then do that. Else if user choice equals 2, then do the next. There we go. Did it wrong again. If user choice. Okay, if user choice equals 2, then do that. So let's go ahead and run that code. I think you'll see the difference in how to call kb.nextInt correctly with an if decisions. If user choice equals, yep. Had such a successful time so far, not making errors today, but then I come to this program and simple decision. All right, let's compile this, and then we're going to run simple decision again. Am I hungry? 1. We're going to say 3. That was an invalid selection. Get water and don't eat something. Okay, we need to talk about don't eat something because nextInt equals 1, and we said, am I hungry? 1. So we're going to go ahead and say hungry choice equals nextInt. We're going to make this look good too. If hungry choice equals 1. Okay, let's go ahead and rerun the program real quick. All right. Enter 1 for yes. 2, eat some pizza. Don't eat something. All right, that's because there's a semicolon here. Okay, fine. That's because there's a semicolon there. I forgot I put that in there before to show that problem. So let's go ahead and recompile that and run it now. All right, eat some pizza. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and run simple decision now by saying 1 and 3. That wasn't invalid, so I shouldn't get water. So maybe, hopefully you're able to see now how we can nest if conditions within our programs, and my random mistakes in code didn't confuse you too much, but this is that program. Here is the nest. I'm just gonna put this here. Nested if else, which is what this is. Else if, else block. And that's an algorithm nested within the other if-else block algorithm. And hopefully you're able to see how that works. We're going to stop the recording here.